Is now the time to go all in and go full Bulltard mode on Kusama, Polkadot, Moonriver, and the whole Pokosphere? Well, we're going to find out here on this episode. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the cosasverdes crypto and altcoin trading channel, where you're going to learn how to get a statistical edge on dealing with your altcoin Pokemon cards, because this is not financial advice. It's for education and entertainment purposes only. But for new viewers, here's what this channel does for you. You're out there mostly watching YouTubers who talk about project fundamentals and news, right? So this channel is going to help you understand, hey, how do I get a statistical edge when I click around with my money? It's that simple, and it's going to make your crypto journey that much more profitable. So by the end of the video, if you like the content, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell so you can stay in the know and continue a more profitable crypto journey than buying and praying. So with that said, I'm going to turn off that really annoying sign back there, and let's dive into the Polkasphere, which soon will include Moonbeam. All right. So one thing, if I can do a chest pounding moment outside of chart analysis. So chest pounding moment means rooting like a team. I really think that the combined market cap of Polkadot plus Kusama, I don't even know what the ticker is, right? KSM maybe. The combined market cap of these two assets, I think they have an okay chance of passing Ethereum's market cap. Again, together, not individually. And I think that would happen before ETH would ever have a chance of passing Bitcoin's market cap. So, because these projects are not Solana shutting down for closing their whole blockchain. We're out of business. We're taking it. Hey man, it's our siesta, right? So, I don't know what they're doing, but this Polkasphere is leveraging the weaknesses of Ethereum, and that's why I think that. So I'm going to start covering things on my channel and my community. If you're geeked out about Polkadot as well, we're starting to geek out as well on our community. So go ahead and check the links down below. It gives you actual examples of, hey, if I were to join this community, what the hell is this guy going to give me, right? So I give you real examples of that down in the description section below. So here we go. Let's dive in. First off, my price analysis on Polkadot will be the same as what it will be for Kusama, because if you take a look at these charts, they are like identical, almost identical. Even the RSI and the Stokes. So if you look down below, right, even the RSI and the Stokes, if you see me switching back and forth, they're almost identical. I mean, even from way back here, like in 2020. So these assets are moving together. So I'm probably only going to do one analysis between those two, and then I'll move to Moonriver by the end of the video. So here we go. How many times have I said here? Just get going, Tim. I mean, you've said here we go like 10 times now. So get moving and start talking about price, man. All right. So on Polkadot, I'm going to start with Polkadot and then move to Moonriver. What I can see here is you have an area of massive resistance that you're approaching. Okay? So when you have that sort of line getting close, as Bitcoin's making a green candle, just naturally, price typically will get attracted to that, right? So that's at about 43 bucks. So just because of that, with Bitcoin printing a couple green candles, there could be a couple nice big days here, not monster days, but to get right up to that line before then price will calm down, come back and rest on the daily 10, which is this red line, form a triangle, consolidate under it, and then bust out. And then it shouldn't have to slow down to make all-time highs. Once this line, especially formed by this wick here and a lot of the price action here, a lot of the wicks here. So I think this is the line. Like this is the line to rule them all here. With Polkadot is at $43.05. So if you're a Polkadot fan, you might want to draw that line in there. But in the very short term, if Bitcoin, starts pumping up closer to 49K, you could expect that Polkadot will be attracted to this line. Now, there are a couple plays though that happens. So what I'm seeing here is two major plays that can happen. First is what I anticipated earlier. You come up, test it, maybe wick past, come and consolidate, and then wait for this red line, which is the daily 10 EMA, to squeeze you out, and then you shouldn't have any problems getting over these all-time highs. Shouldn't have any problems at all. Or what could happen is it really gets hot, separates from its daily 10 EMA a little too much, comes back down, wicks below, consolidates under, and then gets squeezed out. And as that's going, the daily 10, which would be a red line, let me make that red, would go like that. I could see a couple different plays here. Now, all those two analyses depend on Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin on Thursday, so tomorrow, the 16th, September 16th, if Bitcoin prints a big red candle, well, what's going to be a downside target? Well, let's take a look. What have been, in terms of these lines, what's been the downside target this whole run up? The yellow line. So downside target would be a wick past the yellow line, as long as Bitcoin stays above, 45K or 44 or 5. That's my downside target. However, if Bitcoin keeps, moving even sideways, I can anticipate that price is going to be attracted here. Now, in addition to that, you have Solana, okay, really messing up. You're going to have a lot of people taking profits from that, okay, who are looking for their next move, perhaps even a better hold, and you might get a wave of buyers. So if that were to happen, you could get an even more bullish situation, which I would not put in my top 3 most probables. I would not put this in my top 3 most probables. Let me make that very clear. I've said it twice, okay? I would put this as maybe number 4, but it could happen, right? Is you just fly past here, then later come back down and test somewhere, either this all-time high or this line. That could happen because, here's why. Not just with Solana messing up, people taking profits, and then they're looking for a better hold potentially, but a lot of times, outside of being attracted to this line, similar projects in similar spaces, if you have 1 or 2 that are flying, right, like Solana, and making all-time highs, Luna making all-time highs, then other similar projects typically take the glory in the wake of that after those coins are chilling out, naturally, because if, for example, even if Solana's blockchain didn't shut down for hours, whatever, people will start taking profits. They will begin looking for their next play. And since DOT is a similar project, it'll have a natural affinity to attract a lot of those profit takers. And then, in addition to naturally being attracted to this line structurally, you'll have that umph on top of the natural profit takers, and you could get a good blast. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for DOT in the whole crypto space here. If Bitcoin doesn't tank, I mean, this chart is looking really good. It's to get a better pump, I would really like to see some consolidation here. Just, maybe even until October 1st or something. I would really like it to go sideways here because that next pump will be even bigger. It's just going to give it more oomph to get past here and not have to come back down later to come check it. Rather, it can just pump up, check, and then really pump and not come back down to check, right? So honestly, I'm seeing a lot of upward price action for this asset. It's got a lot of things going for it within the charts, but even outside of the charts with other assets and profit takers. So this chart's looking pretty good to me. And again, this all depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin comes crashing back down to the weekly 10 EMA, which is sitting about 45K, well, downside target is probably going to be a strong wick or maybe one daily candle closure below the daily 21 EMA, which is this yellow line. So that's what we got for here. Moonriver. My community is totally geeked out on this, and they wrote me into it too. So I do not hold any Polkadot, but I do own Moonriver. So I want to be very specific, especially to new viewers and returning viewers who aren't in the community who know me and where this type of spiel wouldn't be necessary. But I want to be fully disclosure, offer full disclosure here. One of my bigger crypto holdings is Moonriver. And I aped into it at about 250 or so, 240 something, when it was crossing this origin line right there. This baby origin line, because I don't know if these will hold up. And I actually took profits. And if you would have seen me in my community here, I said, yeah, I think this is going to be a profit taking line. And then I let them know when I took profits at about 478, right, as it was hitting that line. So, 478 or so. And then I bought back at about 430. Way too early, but I still increased my holdings in Moonriver. So we're pretty geeked out about this coin. All right, so on the daily chart, really, I mean, you're above the daily 10. There's nothing wrong here. And you're consolidating for such a young asset. This consolidation could really, I mean, if you take a look, just structurally look, How many days did it go sideways here? 6. How big of a run did it get? 263%. Okay, well, how many days have we been moving sideways? 4. So give it 2 more days. And if something similar to happens, which it very easily could, because this moved against Bitcoin. So honestly, this asset could stand independent of Bitcoin analysis, honestly. So if you get another 260% run, I'm going to have to make more origin lines. That would take you past $1,000. It's the same size run after the same size consolidation. And you know that history, even if it doesn't repeat itself, it smells the same. So the expectations, on the bullish end, that's actually not a hyper bullish scenario. And its market cap right now is sitting at about 630 million. So my owning this asset, I'm not going to be able to dump on anybody. First off, I can't move a market that's half a $500 million, right? I can't move that market. So even though I fully disclose this, I can't move the market, and I'm not making this video just for personal self-interest. This is my community speaking and all that kind of stuff. So I want to get that out of the way. But the upper bullish targets here, okay, are hyper reasonable. And if that were to happen, its market cap would still be on the bottom of page 1 coin market cap. Coin market cap. It would put it at like number 80. So from a market cap standpoint, that type of move, not only did it just happen, not only on a percentage basis is it not that big, but for the size of market cap it is, it's kind of a big move. I will say that. But it would still put it in the land of hyper reason, right? So if it 3x'd, it would be 1.8 billion, which would put it at around number 80 on CoinMarketCap roughly. Because I think the bottom of CoinMarketCap, most of those coins are sitting at like 950 million, just under $1 billion, right? So it'd still be on the bottom of page 1 CoinMarketCap, and everything is in line. So this asset, for example, let me take off my normal hat and put on my Bulltard hat. So let me show you what I have written here. Okay, this looks ridiculous, right? So read what's floating around in front of your face right now. Okay, so at first look, that looks totally unreasonable, right? 23K per coin, and it's at 410 right now. That's ridiculous, right? Well, remember, maybe you don't remember, but for your information, Cardano, in its first 6 weeks of existence, only a website and a white paper and a big furry man who is nice and everybody loves, right? Not saying anything bad about Cardano, but that was the state back then. Cardano had nothing to show for besides a big furry man who was nice and a white paper and a website. In just 6 weeks, Cardano went to this market cap and then lost 99% of its value, but it still did it in only 6 weeks. Am I saying Moonriver will do this? Absolutely not, because it's nested within the Polkasphere, so it can't steal luster, that much luster from Polkadot. I can't do that immediately. But during the end of the bull run, when things go parabolic, hey, this coin's sitting at 400 right now. This honestly, in my opinion, it's a bullish target. Absolutely. Does it have a likelihood over 50% chance of happening? I would say no. However, it is within the realm of reason because of the market cap. The market cap is really the only thing that matters, right? Unless you're cashing out, then you want to know what it's cost in dollars. But what really is the measure of how big a coin is not the US dollar price, right? Because Ripple is bigger than this and it's worth like $1, right? So the dollar value doesn't matter. So you can just forget this 23K per Moonriver coin. You can forget it. Just look at the market cap. Is that market cap reasonable within a bull run for a project of this scope with the relativity that Cardano, even though Cardano's scope is bigger than this, right? Because this is nested within Polkadot, the Polkasphere, Kusama, and all that stuff. And it's going to be essentially the canary for Moonbeam, as Kusama is currently the canary for Polkadot, the test the testing area, so the purgatory, if you will. The canary is what a lot of people are saying, but with that relativity, I mean, this is absolutely reasonable. So I wanted to let you all know that because I feel that a lot of newer investors are more attracted to coins with a higher coin circ, okay, high coin circulation. What does that mean? Well, that means there is a ton of investor money in it, but the price is like $1 or $2 or $3 like Cardano. But so that $3 of Cardano, it looks small to the normal, noob coming in with $1,000. Wait, Cardano's only $3 and Ethereum's, like closer to $4,000. I'm buying this. It's only $3. I can get a whole Cardano, right? I can't buy a whole Ethereum, and that's the mentality, right? So I feel that in 2017, a lot of the founders of these blockchain companies, right, they caught on to that. Saw Ripple's success with a high coin circ, and then everybody just had a high coin circ. And then this run, it got even more crazy, like with 1 trillion coins, like Shiba Inu. Like it's starting to get out of hand. But what I am seeing though is that there is an increasing appreciation for low coin circ. Like a lot of people geeked out about Trias, a lot of people geeked out about this because it only has currently in circulation 1.5 million coins, much less than Bitcoin, right? And a lot of people are starting to get geeked out. But I think the vast majority of folks consuming information in the crypto YouTube sphere, they still don't like. You're still more focused on, oh, it's cheap, it's $3. No, it is not cheap because, for example, Cardano is bigger than Ford Motor Company. I haven't said this on my channel for a while, and I'm not dissing Cardano. It could change the world, but as of now, it hasn't changed anything, right? It literally has been running on promises of what it will do for 5 years. And with that high coin circ, again, nothing bad about Cardano. It might change lives. It might change the world. I'm not saying it's not going to. However, the fact is it hasn't. And the speculation is driven mostly, in my opinion, by high coin circ because people see that and say, oh, it's cheap, right? So those two ideas that this market cap is reasonable, right? With Moon, and this isn't just a Moonriver. This is with any low coin circ or a coin that isn't on page one coin market cap that has a value of $400. I wouldn't shy away from those. And most viewers, I mean, they do because, oh, I can't buy a whole one. Who cares? All that matters is what the market cap is now and what you think the market cap will be. And you take that second one and divide it by the first, and that's your ROI. The US dollar doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. In terms of your ROI, it's market cap B divided by market cap A. That's it. That is your ROI. So that's why focusing on the market cap is kind of a big deal. So you can appreciate a little bit more lower coin circ coins. Now, I also have some people a little extra bullish on lower coin circ, and I think it goes both ways a little bit, but mostly it's the crypto sphere and the average consumer of information on YouTube. They have an affinity towards the very high coin circ coins that have a low US dollar value like this, or a Cardano like $3. It's cheap, right? So to put in perspective, for Moonriver to go to $1,000, that honestly is not that. It's not that big of a market cap, therefore is not that big of a deal. Plus, it just went on a 200% run. It can do it again after 6 days of consolidation. 200% runs in crypto. That's really not that big of a deal. However, once Moonriver gets into like the $1 billion valuations, well, then its runs aren't going to be 200% at a time. But right now, since it's new, I think that upper end target for after a week or two of consolidation here, maybe even moving sideways long enough to hit the bottom, this bottom line, that absolutely could happen. So let's see here. That absolutely could happen. And if it consolidates even longer, which honestly would be good, I would have to form a new origin line, which has just happened on one of the coins that in my community. I'll show you here in a second. It's called Open Ocean. I think the ticker's OEE. It hit my top line, and I said, hey, that's profit taking. everybody kept bullish on it who was following. I said, no, I think it's going to go sideways, and it's going to hit the bottom origin line. Not only did it do that, it broke through it because it kept moving sideways, and I have to create a new origin line under it, right? So that could happen to Moonriver, but that would honestly be really good, especially if it can keep closing above its daily 10 EMA, just move sideways until late September. Form a new origin line here. That could make the next run bigger than this and take it more to the $2,000 US dollar valuation, which would only be like a 300% run or something like that. Let's see here. 365% run, which would be possible. That's super bullish target. Is that probable? No, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. However, that would be your upper end targets for this up and coming project that just got released, and it's getting a lot of hype here. So let's see here. OOE. Let's go to OpenOcean here. So within my community, I was told that this coin has, if you follow the money, in terms of the backers of this coin, it's really, really big. So that is the hype, is what this project's looking to do, and the backers of it. So it hit this. So how did I form this line? Well, the first wick. Where did you take profits? Where that first high wick was, origin line, bam, take profits. What did I just do on Mover? The same play. Look, this is why I think this could happen on Mover. Look, the first wick, go up that origin line. Where did it top out? The same origin line. Same exact play. So that's why I think extended sideways movement on Mover could happen. And it could force me, essentially. It'll tie my hands behind my back, but it could force me to draw another line. And this is a very young asset, so these lines aren't supposed to hold up, for all of eternity. But it could make me do something like that. And if that were to happen, similar to OpenOcean, let's go back there. If I can do my alphabet correctly. Right? So it was also a young asset, almost the same number of days. How long did it move sideways? 30 days. So OpenOcean, now that it's done this and it's proven, hey, I think I want to stop here, it could easily go right back up to this line. I mean, it could go on a pretty decent run. That's not like 500% or anything, but yeah, I mean, it could go on a nice run, right? Now, I think it would find huge obstacles there, right? Which Mover could as well. So let's compare these two coins because they're behaving very similarly. And OpenOcean is, let's say 4 weeks ahead of Mover because it's about 4 weeks earlier, or it's about 4 weeks older. So let's say it moved sideways for however long and then came up and tagged this same line. And let's see if that aligns with my analysis here. From a structural standpoint, moves sideways, forms a new origin line, goes up only 300%. That brings it to about 1680. If it were to do a play just like that. And it's roughly the same percentage as what OpenOcean would have to do. So these coins with similar price history, they're behaving very similarly. And so what you could do if you're a Mover fan is you could find a coin that's pretty similar, that's been behaving similarly, or just use OpenOcean. I'm not suggesting OpenOcean as a hodl or a purchase or anything. So this is for entertainment and education purposes only. But you could use that as your heads up to what Mover might do next before it does it, right? So like I'm saying, before Mover goes all the way sideways, hits this bottom trend line, I'm saying that might happen. It's a decent possibility because it already happened on OpenOcean. Therefore, I can say, hey, I can see it before it happens as a strong possibility. Does that make sense? So that's what, I went off on some tangents here today, going over low coin circ, Mover, and all that good stuff. But sometimes tangents are necessary. So if you liked what you saw here today and you're new, go ahead and hit subscribe. Let me know if you want to be a Cryptilian or a crypto crackhead. Those are the gender neutral pronouns that we use within our community. And hit like, leave me a comment or a question if you have a question. I'm decent about getting back to folks, and we'll see you next time. Just got Timified.